just one change from that 1-1 draw against DC United, and it's a forced change with Alan Aragoni being suspended due to yellow card accumulation.
Oscar Pareja told us this week, trying a few different things, a few different options, trying to find the right combination.
Should it get to that point, again, Tyler Terrence along with Kindred St. Albans. Glad to have you with us here on MLS Season Pass as we invite you to turn off the world and turn on the game. 3 points in the Eastern Conference up for grabs. And right off the bat, Orlando City in their white kits looking a little dangerous in the opening stages. And Kendra, both of these teams struggling out of the gates here, and I think we're past the point of the season.
Find a way. They felt good about their performance against DC United, getting the draw on the road. And here's the ball over the top to Barlow.
Here's Tom Barlow. Couldn't quite get it under his spell. Still with it. Hugo Kuipers lays it off for Kellen Acosta. Familiar pattern that we saw in that goal against DC United, and finally cleared away by Pedro Gallese.
And as for Orlando City, fortunately for them, they found success on the road. More to a player like Kellen Acosta, who got that goal in the last match.
Muriel back for Angulo. Great little ball. Played all the way across. Chance here. Facundo Torres couldn't get it out from underneath his feet. Given away though. Torres taking off the ball. Angulo trying to get it through. Mauricio Pineda blocked it. Still can't be cleared. And it trickles in. Facu Torres will claim it, but that is an absolute disaster at the back from Chicago. Orlando stayed with it the entire way.
You cannot allow that easy give and go on the right-hand side, but that's right here. That should have been the first goal. Right there. You see him kind of lift his head up, a little frustration, but he stays with it. It goes off Chicago Fire players 2-3 times right there, and then just trickles in past the fingertips of Chris Brady as nobody can get it out. Very unlucky for the Chicago Fire. Orlando City will take goals any way they can get them as they've struggled to score on the season.
Throwing towards Gutierrez, who takes it on the first time. Barlow on the turn. And Gallese makes the save despite the flag going up on the far side from the assistant referee, Callie Smith. But always a steady presence along the back line as Gutierrez chops this one along for Kuipers. Couldn't get his feet right. Might get a second crack at it, and he pulls it wide. Well, it was a more than fortuitous bounce for the Belgian team. Referee playing the advantage. Acosta surveying. Gutierrez back to his feet. Trying to let it go from about 30 yards away, and Nico Lodero got a toe to it, and it just trickles kindly into the hands of Pedro Gallese. I've thought about it. Kuipers. Excellent ball for Arnaud-Souquet.
I mean, I know you've got some draws in there. And to be fair, Orlando City haven't strung together back-to-back wins yet on the season.
Federico Navarro. Gallese makes the save. It was deemed a clean challenge from Federico Navarro. Facu Torres with the lone goal thus far. Plenty to talk about during the halftime report, but Kindred St. Albans, outside of that call, your thoughts on the first half?
Look, Orlando City scores a goal that was completely awkward and bounced around and just...
And right now, Orlando City very much in the driver's seat against the Chicago group that has only scored 14 goals so far this season.
With Araujo and Angulo, Lodero just laying the ball perfectly into the feet of Muriel, Ojeda up top. So maybe defensively a little bit more aware of what's coming at you. But from an attacking perspective, I think Chicago Fire can feel good. Just like, hey, how was your dinner? What are you doing after the game? Do you like my hair? Speaking of hair, what do you think of Hooch? I heard
it's a choice.
Yeah, okay.
It's a choice. And Federico Navarro is going to go into the book.
With all the fouls he had in the first half.
And Muriel is found by Carlos Terran, who's not exactly... Facu Torres had it poked away by Kellen Acosta. Nico Lodero, though, finding Ojeda. And that wasn't a bad-looking ball for Luis Muriel. Angulo trying to track it down, and Souquet going to ground. Watched closely by Gutierrez.
He stayed with the runner this time. Commits a foul, though. He does everything right. He forces him backwards. He tracks the runner. He's got him going away from goal. And then a sliding tackle through his heels. Just...
Looks to be Ramiro Enrique for Orlando City, who's going to come on. Ali Selassie.
Oh, good ball.
Threaded through Souquet. Hugo Kuipers! 1-1. A much-needed goal for Chicago for a multitude of reasons. Pedro Gallese is beat, and we've got ourselves a game with 20 minutes remaining.
It's the split ball to find the feet of Haile Selassie. How about the touch on that pass? Outside of the right foot, on the wrong side of the defender, right into the path of the runner. Suke, and Kuiper's one-time finish under Gallese's arm to give us 1-1 here late in the game. That was a
And now Numbers getting back behind the ball. This one angled towards Koutsias. Jonathan Dean thought about it. Now we'll have a go. And that one flies wide of the net of Pedro Gallese. Herbers misses on the challenge. Angulo. Facu Torres. Lost it in. Muriel nods it down, and Chris Brady able to make the save. Knocked into the path of Maran Haile Selassie, who's been lively since coming on. Gutierrez looking for the curling effort. Ramiro Enriquez, Bliss Pineda, and Herbers. Orlando City cooking now. It's Enrique, and it's just wide. Orlando City, particularly after the loss at home, would certainly take a point on the road against Chicago, even if they've been one of the more disappointing sides that Major League Soccer has had to offer. And Jonathan Dean goes into the book. And now those substitutions are going to come on for Oscar Pareja. First, Kyle Smith. Look at the watch from Malik Badawi. And that's going to do it. Full time here at Soldier Field. The Chicago Fire continue their winless ways. No wins in their last 9 for Frankie Klopas. Meanwhile, Orlando City pick up a point on the road.